I sure will tell you. Since last night's live, it's been an eventful day and an intriguing night. Although, sadly, unfortunately, it wasn't me that got the brunt of my the cause and effect of last night's journey. But let me stick to it. Okay, I just saw Sinners and I saw Warfare all this week, and I wanted to do a little quick review slash breakdown on what I thought about these two films. I believe that these two films are probably the two best films of the year thus far. Thus far, for sure. Hold on, handy dandy pink Red Bull. Okay, so when it comes to the movie Warfare, what's up, Maxwell? Hey, look at that, trippy. You know what? Screw it. Before I get into to the review, I am gonna mention some of the antics of what occurred since last night, because there sure have been some antics. So, apparently, witchcraft comes in the form of using white pages or something similar and doing the paid service for it. So they found like the Wicked Witch of the West and like three of her cronies were spamming me through Instagram and oh yeah, I screenshotted up. I have a cavalcade. Is that the appropriate word? I have montages of threats to my livelihood and to my family. It's not my first rodeo. Not my first rodeo. I did not thumbnail this appropriately. I did not describe what this little update. Nobody's gonna know what I'm talking about. But yeah, most likely, with the exception of at least, I think there's maybe a total of three. And this, what's funny as hell is that like somebody, it's either her or someone else, came onto my Facebook and kept on trying to dox all of the information, everything that I've already been public about on here. And the professional hacker got my phone number wrong and ended up spamming my elderly father all fucking night, causing him to install anti-spam software for $4 a month just to prevent the uh, the the barrage of calls and all that. So all of the heinous text messages which I've had sent to me, I have a wealth of that stuff. I'm just gonna keep that, and I'm not gonna go forward on mentioning the business and putting all the names together. I'm just gonna stick with it for now. So yes, I have a dog. I do. It's a toy Yorkie. Want to meet him? First, now let me get into these movies, okay? I don't know if there's any veterans currently and watching this, but if you are, I want to say that Warfare is the movie that will do you proud. 100%. It is hands down the most accurately depicted modern warfare movie of ever. Ever. And if you talk to any veteran or if you go to any channel regarding warfare, look at any review, because I watched at least two before I was so pumped up I couldn't contain myself and I went and watched it. I would not even call Warfare so much a movie as it is an experience. And it's an experience that really goes out of its way. Yeah, dude, I know she's been coming for me, but I'm not getting sidetracked. It's a part of the spell, man. So when you go to Warfare, first off, all right, your expectations are subverted because it's A24, which is mostly renowned for like lower budget or high budget kind of independent films, right? But this one is one that I feel is not only is it made for and co-directed by actual veterans and all based off of the memory of a veteran that was there, multiple veterans that were there at this event in Ramadi, Iraq, 2006. You get to see the legitimate way it is handled, how it is done. It is not glamorized by Hollywood or any, but in any shape or form, it is 100% how, to almost to a T, how warfare is conducted in the Middle East. The performances are A+. The cast is amazing. It is something that I could see could probably trigger PTSD. I I don't know if she's in South Florida. To be honest, I have a PO box for Denver, Colorado that she gave me with the intent of me sending a lock of hair. Lewis, it's not gonna. I can't go back and forth with this. I'm still waiting on to see, because right now, as it stands, my poor father that was being harassed. It's so stupid. And I started really doing, like, I don't know, homework on if there is any sort of retaliation that could be done lawfully, or yeah. And I've talked to one of my friends that's a lawyer, just to get information and whatnot. So, oh, trust me, well, I do have a friend of mine from way back when that is probably one of the best hackers I've ever known, and he is a professor. He teaches people how to, like, hack into satellites and Wi-Fi, and he could literally, like, drain your account if you're on Wi-Fi. But okay, this is the worst review video ever made. So, all right, let me just say, if you want us to see a movie about, the early 2000s, post 9/11 warfare, go ahead, do yourself a favor, skip every movie that's playing right now, including the one that I just saw today, which I did enjoy, but not as much as Warfare, man. Warfare really took me into what they were portraying. The sound effects, man, like, I highly recommend this movie for theaters because the sound effects are intense. Like, I actually found myself screaming "shut up," um, and learning that it was just the speakers and the jargon from, like, soldiers that are in this little, they're stuck in this house, and it's just sheer panic. So, and I say "shut up," and I turn around, and there's like one person there, and it was not the conversation that I thought I was hearing. So the sound effects are just off the charts. The performances and how modern combat is like expressed in this film. It is absolutely just not Hollywood drama like razzle dazzle. It is 100% like what it would be like, and everything in the military aspect that's used, from the gear to the time period to, command orders and the jargon, plus one of the most unique, probably Maxwell, but I thought it was a warlock, honestly. um Probably one of also the most unique intros to a movie that's so gritty and real that it's hard to explain, and I don't want to spoil it. I'll just say, think of 2004. Think of a techno hit that's probably very unique, and that the opening is that video. So the movie starts out with a big, plump, beautiful woman's ass just kind of bouncing up and down in front of everybody, only to zoom out, and you're watching all these soldiers, just having a grand old time watching something that's close to softcore porn. And then does a hard cut, and then there's no music for the rest of the movie. So, very unique execution. This is a movie I'm giving a 10 out of 10. There's no glorification of war, there's no propaganda, there's no agenda. It is just there to tell a tale, and it's there to tell it honestly. And that's it. Warfare is the GOAT. Then today I saw Sinners. Sinners is a very stylistic approach. This is not politically correct, but I'm going to say Sinners is like the Black from Dusk Till Dawn. That's all. It was stylish. It was probably one of my favorite things I've ever seen with what a movie can do with music. There was like one specific scene that's magical to watch. You can see how music is timeless. But I'll be honest, there was kind of a sense, because the theater was surprisingly packed, and just the movie did give kind of a vibe like, which half of Dust Till Dawn? the half where the shit hits the fan. And it also does a good job at establishing the characters. Like, you get to know. It's like I would have trimmed some of the fat on the 2 hour plus runtime. I don't know if that was absolutely necessary. Like, I knew we had a good grasp of these characters before the slaughter and the battle begins. So whatever the case, though, it was beautiful, highly stylized, not very serious. It's not a movie that seems to take itself seriously, which is good. But I can't help, and this is where somebody else is going to have to watch it and tell me if it's just me. But I felt a little bit after watching it and hearing the dialogue that it does have kind of a okay. Here, all the minority groups are having a grand old time. There's only one white gal that's in the group that is like accepted, and then every other white person in the movie is the bad guy. So it didn't make me uncomfortable. It's just like, is this what they're going for here? Like, it even had me at some point watching this film like wanting to shout, "All right, die, cracker!" Because like they were just all every white person was either a vampire or a KKK member. But still, it's a fun, entertaining anime kind of film that I'd strongly recommend. And now more on the witchcraft. I'm going to put a pin in it, and I'm gonna see. I'm gonna ask my father, who had to take my mother to the hospital today. And it's all just, she's been going through a lot of pain. Thankfully, that the dementia end of that period, it wasn't what we thought it was. And oh, I hope the psychos don't think our mortar and pedestal is kicking in. She was my mother's been in pain for some time. Hopefully, when she gets back, she's not in pain. And I'm gonna ask simply and honestly if my father was bothered at all in any shape or form by any of these people. And I'll be very, I'm gonna be so calm about this until I learn if they continued on. What's up, Stuck at Night? That's Stuck at Night, guys. That's where I didn't originate. All right, I was really making like weird vlogs in the early 2000s. You can see how old this channel is. But Josh, or Stuck at Night, not Josh. No, that channel right there is the one that inspired me to look at this and go, there's more to be done. It can, I could do something different. So, in terms of an update, because I have gotten a lot of new people in Discord, I'm very proud of the community and group that I feel we've all built together. I appreciate each and every one of you, those of you that have my back and all that. But, yeah, oh my god, I was a filthy Democrat. Like, the worst kind, too. Like, I remember Josh trying to interview me at the Stuck in the Middle, Stuck at Night show, just trying to ask me a simple question, and I don't know. I still think I was giving what I believe to be the right answer, but when we try to tackle, like, all right, pro-life, pro-abortion, where you stand, bro? And remember, all right, I was a hardcore progressive, and I haven't completely changed my stance, but my answer was not an answer that he found satisfactory, and that was hilarious and made for good content. He'd say, "So, what's your opinion?" I'd say, "It's the woman's choice." He goes, "But what's your opinion?" That it's the woman's choice. And I still kind of stand by that. Only I've been a little bit more open-eared to pro-lifers and understanding their plight. But that's a discussion for another day. I'm not ready. I am not ready for that today. I am kind of tired because it was definitely a long night, and it's time to wind down today. So we're gonna see. I'm leaving it completely in the hands of the. I blocked, I don't know, like maybe four accounts on two or three different social media platforms, and I'm gonna find out if they continue to attempt to harass and or spam my father while he's taking care of my 80-year-old mother. Then I'm gonna give a full update with a montage and and everything. Like I'll show every screen cap that I took before I deleted some stuff, every threat of bodily harm, everything that is affiliated with the individual. But for now, I'm actually going to give it the benefit of the doubt. And if I don't hear that anything disturbed my father while he was at the doctors today, for my mother's sake, then it's okay. C'est la vie. All right. Otherwise, I hear she went off on a mutual friend that merely was on Facebook saying, "Yeah, you two should have a conversation on the channel." Allegedly, apparently, according to my old buddy, she just randomly went off on him for throwing 3 comments saying, "Yeah, you should maybe have the conversation. What do you think?" And he was being impartial and even kind of he's biased to the supernatural. He wasn't even siding with me, so it's sad that he got caught in the crosshairs. It's dangerous knowing me. It's dangerous knowing me when I have a platform, clearly. I abuse it, and I never learn, and I never, ever, ever, ever will learn. No. I know, it was. See, nope, nope. I digress. I am not taking bait here, as tempting as it is. I tried to call my father, but in a hospital, clearly, busy signal. But if I find out he had to turn that phone off because of something else, well, then I got a presentation. Motherfucking PowerPoint style. And yeah, yeah, So I'm gonna leave it at that. Okay, I'm gonna pull a moist critical, aka penguins, and just go. All right, thanks for stopping by. See you, and end it like that. We'll see you in the next live. I'm hoping tonight, but not sure. It's weird how often people take issue with. Oh, Maxwell, you sweet summer child. I know. Just some people. I don't know. You should. There's a couple people I'd love to name and be like, what was it? What was it? I know from way back when during the Creek Squad era, some people decided to never forgive me, and then there was the mutiny for views. But after that, okay, I tried to do a proper moist critical. We'll pick this up where we leave off on the next. Until then, take care and see Warfare. If there's a movie you're going to see before it gets out of the theater, make sure it's Warfare. Screw all the others, including Sinners. Alright, I'm out.